guy who's a linebacker in Shin who's freaking amazing. Yo, he's fast. He can cover the field amazingly. They got an amazing DB that locks. Like they got a kicker who's so good that it makes their team so good. Like
he's
they
doing like 70-yard bombs.
Fact.
But the thing is that Bluelock has all of that plus a great story. I mean,
like
stop.
I have a football bias, obviously, because it's football.
But what are the two? Eyeshield and what?
Eyeshield
and Eyeshield. Oh, I got Bluelock.
I think Bluelock is
though.
better, but I really do. I mean, it's a football bias. If like that's why
I don't care. Football bias, no bias, anybody's bias.
But it also has great characters and great antagonists. The people they go up against consistently in Eyeshield 21 is amazing. And it's always different because there's a guy on the line who has really long arms, who's a beast. There's a guy who's a linebacker in Shin who's freaking amazing. Yo, he's fast. He can cover the field amazingly. They got an amazing DB that locks. Like they got a kicker who's so good that it makes their team so good. Like
he's doing like 70-yard bombs.
Fact.
But the thing is that Bluelock has all of that plus a great story. I mean,
I get Riddell, because I read and watched all of Eyeshield because I loved Eyeshield so much. But just Bluelock covers all the same things, but it's just better.
They got a more unique story. Which is why
I'll say like in some cases Eyeshield walked in some scenarios so Bluelock could run.
Plus, if Eyeshield had like a team of
foundation,
if Eyeshield had a team of receivers trying to become the best football team on the planet, I'm in.
Yeah, Bluelock has one of the most unique sports premises I've ever seen. So
plus Bluelock, like when Santo mentioned that Bluelock doesn't have training arcs, which is true, it doesn't really have that because it's too busy giving you tournament arcs damn near every arc, and it's like this constant state of tension. Like, does anything in Eyeshield compare to the U20 final, the U20 game?
I actually have a question for you guys after you guys answer that too.
The closest thing I could think of is like when the main character goes up against his childhood rival. That's the only thing I can think of.
That or when they faced the white jersey team.
Yeah, like the final time.
Because they actually lost that matchup when they went up against.
It's about the last time?
And you think that compares to?
Oh yeah, it was very important because I think that was
the ending. That was like the ending of Eyeshield.
Okay, this is
I thought so. There was a matchup before where they lost.
Oh, the matchup before. I got you.
Yeah,
I meant the last. I thought you were talking about the last.
U20 had the world in a chokehold, and that was the middle of the story.
Well, this Eyeshield 21 is like older, so
exactly. I was just gonna say Bluelock gets that bump because it's relevant.
You could say that Bluelock learned from some of Eyeshield's mistakes and made a better story. You could say that.
Yeah. Plus, random.
My Bluelock team still looking nice.
You would love the main character. He is your typical guy who gets bullied, but he works his way to be great. That's your guy there.
That's cool, but I'm not putting him over Bluelock.
Made the star running back of the team.
That's cool, but I'm not putting him over. If he played receiver, he might have my vote.
Dude played running back out of fear.
That's
crazy. I don't know why you play running back out of fear. By the way,
because he was getting bullied.
Your whole story, you became a football guy because of you were
if
getting
you played
bullied.
Receiver, Riddell, I'd be all about it,
bro.
The receiver is cool. I mess with the main receiver.
I mean, he can be Debo Samuel.
But,
yeah.
So what's the next? What's the next one?
Forgetting his name. I forget the main character's name, but yeah. And the receiver tried to be a baseball player, but he wasn't good at everything that's baseball that's not catching. So he became a wide receiver instead. But Miles, you got a question? What's up?
Oh yeah, I did want to ask y'all. So I want to preface this by saying I do think that there are times in Bluelock where I feel like they experience loss or setbacks. But do you think with the stakes being so high in Bluelock, where failure means you effectively end your career, do you think that in some way that hinders the story a little bit? Because they can't lose.
Well, I will say this. There are parts where I'm like, that we know that at least right now we think the author will never pull the trigger and actually have them lose, right? Because does that mean after they lose, are we getting an arc where Isagi's just like picking himself off and finds another way to get back into Bluelock, which I don't think I would like that.
I wouldn't either.
So now we're stuck in a place where you have to keep ramping up the tension. The fact, like what Isagi's doing right now, J-Rob was right. Isagi's on a whole nother level right now. But the fact that the authors keep finding a way to make this work, because there's going to be a point where, like, in the back of your mind, you're always like, you want to see how they win. You're never worried about if they will win, right? So that's why I'm sitting there like, there's only so many times you can keep doing this, if Miles, if that makes any sense. And I'm worried that one day the author will hit a wall or something that he can't go past.
Yeah,
do y'all think Asagi's succeeding too much?
I mean, we've seen him lose.
Yeah,
I still think, because there's a chance, unless there's something happening in the latest chapter, I still think that Rin is gonna go crazy, and I feel like they are gonna lose this match. But no, I think it's been pretty balanced in terms of like when he needs to lose and when he needs to win.
Other than
I just feel like this. I feel like this is a time where he.
Well, they lost the first game. They lost the first game, which kind of let us know what Bluelock was all about.
Lost the first game.
They were wiped out in the first game. They were blown out. They scored a touchdown.
Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah.
But I think that's the knock. I think that when they lose, they don't have that emotional like we lost.
Yes, Santo. Yes.
Like they don't loss. And then they don't you don't see that training to get better, to improve. Why?
Or we're seeing it right now with
moving
Nagi.
On.
We're seeing it right now with Nagi, like in his turmoil after, because now he's in like a losing slump, basically.
Facts with Nagi, yeah, I agree.
But are you saying it should be better? Are you saying it should be better because Isagi should also be going through something like this? Because I probably agree with most people. I think they should probably lose this match.
I think Rin should win this match.
Rin should win this match
because I think it's also good for Rin's character, and I think would also be good for Asagi's character too.
Yeah, I think Asagi should lose as well. Sante, you're about to say
No, what I was gonna say, I think to me, it's not really the winning or losing. It's the like, let's say if somebody does lose, show the after, like what do they go through, like what do they improve on, how do they work on these skills. Like that's what I think Bluelock is one that would be like the only knock I have on Bluelock. Like when somebody loses, they don't really. It's like, okay, moving on. Okay, they just improve. How do they improve?
Could you not say we saw that with Kunigami?
No,
not really.
No, we didn't. He just came out.
He just came back like a cyborg.
We saw we didn't see the journey. We still don't know what happened in the wild card. We still don't know what happened.
Wasn't the wild card a way to like replicate Noah?
Yeah, but we don't know what happened to make it happen. We don't know what happened to make it.
Everything is just implied. Like, oh, this is just implied. What happened? Oh, he improved. Okay, and we just accept it.
So, quick question.
I'm kind of with you. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't know how we don't know like what happened to the other people in the wild card. We don't know how they got kicked out. We don't know how he won the wild card. We don't know any of that.
So quick question. So, what if Isagi goes off, but his team still loses?
He's going off right now.
I know. But the team still finds a way to lose.
But I feel like it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't really work for Isagi to be that type of character. I feel like Isagi's whole thing has been, learning from his mistakes and growing. But if he's just so much better than his entire team, that just doesn't fit for who I thought Isagi was. And who I think Asagi is going to be moving forward. To be fair, his character could change now, and he goes into a whole dynamic where like, I'm better than you and all that, and now I'm that guy, and now I'm the prodigy or everything. It's a turn. I don't know if I like it, but yeah.
Because now we're sitting here saying, because right now he's gonna probably score a hat trick. I think J-Rob called that perfectly. But if he wins this one, they sweep the league, right?
Well,
so now what?
Here's one aspect that we haven't seen yet, that we've seen all the other matches. The captains haven't gone in yet.
What if they have to play the captains and they just get worked? Like to the point, it's like you thought the captains were really trying, and then they just get worked.
No, I'm saying that because you know how the captains can play for 3 minutes at a time. Mm-hmm. Noah and Loki or whatever, they haven't gone in the game yet.
Yeah, but like,
and we've seen that they go into the game every single match. So like, I'm just waiting. So I'm assuming Rin's gonna score one. or Loki's gonna score one, and then Rin's gonna score one. That's what I'm assuming is gonna happen.
Fair enough. Let's finish up this bracket. Next, a Hero no Sora or Haikyuu. I got Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.